We are so distracted, guys, by screens, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube. But why do you still feel empty? It's because you're not nurturing your soul. Healing, sometimes self-care is ugly. Sometimes it's full of tears. Sometimes it's full of you facing your emotions and being like, okay, I did that, I'm ashamed. Financial independence, guys, is very important. The world is cruel to people without money, and it's more cruel to a woman without money. So caring for your physical body is not superficial, it's not shallow, it's spiritual. It's a love language to the vessel that carries you through life. And keep pouring into your dreams, keep pouring into your goals. Don't just be a pretty face. Hey guys, welcome back to yet another video where we talk about different things, different life issues. And mostly I talk about saving, investing, budgeting, investing in ETFs, bonds, treasury bonds, money market funds, stocks, and all that, and everything to do with gaining a life of financial freedom. I also talk about things to do with being an international student in Australia. So if those are things that interest you, subscribe, comment, share, hit the notification button. And yeah, today we are switching it up a little bit. I'm trying to switch it up a little bit more because I have a lot of things in my head to talk about, and I don't want to just talk about one thing and leave the others out because they are as equally as important. So today's video is for my galleys and my galleys only, but you can stay if you want to listen to, because these points generally apply to everyone. As a human, these points apply to you. So we'll be talking about how to not lose yourself as a woman. So before we do that, gosh, go check if you're subscribed. Often we as women lose ourselves in caring, nurturing, pouring into our families, our friends. Even like firstborn daughters, we find ourselves being parentified, and you take on the role of being a parent instead of being a child. So from a very young age, you just learn to take care of people, to nurture people, to suppress your needs, to suppress your wants, just so that others can get what they need. So when you do that, you keep pouring from an empty cup, you keep giving, 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 and that means you never go inward. And when you don't go inward, at some point, you're not going to recognize yourself physically, emotionally, spiritually. So, guys, we need not to be pouring from an empty cup. And the changes happen slowly. Sometimes you might not even notice it. Sometimes you say yes when you meant to say no. You pushed a boundary. You silenced yourself instead of saying what you actually thought. And sometimes this ends up in resentment. So the first thing that you need to do in order to not lose touch with yourself is stop abandoning yourself to keep the peace. You may often find that you silence your needs in order to accommodate other people's needs. And what you're doing is you're teaching yourself self-rejection. You're rejecting yourself. You're teaching yourself that your emotions are not as important. Your emotions are optional, and people don't have to cater for you. People don't have to deal with your emotions because you're going to deal with it, whatever. Utazoea tu na life itasonga. Sometimes we silence ourselves so that we cannot be seen as difficult, or so that we cannot be labeled as hard to deal with. We just want to be so impressionable and accommodating because we don't want to feel like we're pressing on others. We have not been taught how to take up space and to be okay taking up space. So sometimes we find ourselves shrinking ourselves just so that others can fit in. If you compare yourself, let's say you're a girl and you compare yourself with your brothers are loud. Your brothers are allowed to be themselves. They're allowed to go for their goals. They're allowed to mess up. But for you, you are so sheltered. And sometimes this can silence your needs because sometimes you're not even going to go for the things you want because you want to sacrifice yourself for the people that you love. When you keep doing this over time, you lose touch with your voice. You lose touch with your voice. People realize that you are not that hard to deal with. So they see you as a pushover. They extend your boundaries. They push your boundaries just to see how far they can extend them. Normalize asking people, what did you say? Or excuse me, what did you say? Yeah, normalize making people know that you are not to be messed up with. You are not to be messed with. Yeah, come correct before yeah, you are not going to take advantage of me like that. And there are people who are going to count on you not standing on business. There are people who are going to count on you not standing on your boundaries or not giving power to your voice. Because, of course, if you're not giving power to your voice, you're being oppressed, and your oppressors will be happy if you're not complaining. It can be easy as maybe your manager asked you to do an extra job or an extra task at work, and you know it's going to mess up with maybe your plans or your other commitments, and they want you to stay a little longer, and you can just tell them, no, I'm not going to manage to do that because yeah, that was not the plan. Sometimes you don't even have to explain too much, but you need to let people know that you can stand up for yourself. The other thing that you need to do in order not to lose touch with yourself is keep pouring into yourself, keep pouring into your mind, keep pouring into your dreams, keep pouring into your career, keep pouring into your goals. Don't just be a pretty face, because of course looks at some point they start diminishing, and for people who did not cultivate any other aspects of their lives, they become very depressed, they become very distorted, because what do you mean, I only had looks to myself and now they're diminishing, meaning there's nothing else to me. Work on your career, work on your goals, work on your dreams, especially in your 20s. This is the time to experiment with like the career you love. You can job hop if you have the privilege to, because once you stop learning, you shrink, and you don't shrink because you're not capable. You shrink because you've forgotten how capable you are. So once you keep learning about things, knowledge is power. No one is going to take advantage of you because you're ignorant or you're naive. You have learned how to save and invest. So no one is going to swindle you out of your money because you know how to handle investments. You know how to spot a narcissist or a toxic person from afar. So you're not going to be swindled into your heart because you didn't like study the red flag. Study yourself, be self-aware, look at how you react to things, look at how things trigger you, heal your traumas, look for ways to heal your traumas, read books that challenge you, listen to podcasts that challenge you. I love podcasts and YouTube channels. They have really helped me in my growth, and some of them include the Mel Robbins Show, The Diary of a CEO, this channel, Genesis Case. There's a couple of people that I've been listening to, and they have been really helpful in my journey of like growing up and leveling my mindset, my money mindset, health wise, and all that. Don't just watch things that are making you laugh on TikTok, and you've spent 3 hours now laughing at memes on TikTok, and you could have listened to one podcast that could have helped you change maybe an aspect of your life or improve. Guys, you need to balance between taking in too much entertainment content and educational content. You need a balance. And on that note, you need to subscribe to this channel so that you don't miss any of our deep dives, because I'll be dropping gems. So knowledge is usually equals to confidence, and confidence is equals to grounding. Like I said, it's hard for you to be taken advantage of if you're coming from a place of knowledge. If you hear that people are offering maybe like a course or class or something that you're interested in, it's not bad to splurge on it. You easily splurge a lot of money on sneakers and bags and clothes, but when it comes to learning, you're like, no, that's a scam, I'm not gonna learn that. Learn to invest in your mind, because investing in your mind is like the greatest thing, because no one will ever take away your knowledge from you. Even if they take away your house, your car, your belongings, you can still create another life based on the things that you know, based on the knowledge that you have, based on the arsenals that you have kept in your mind, based on how strong of a mind you have developed by whatever content that you are consuming. So guys, never stop learning, never stop dreaming, never stop dreaming big, going for the big things, especially when you don't have responsibilities and you're young. You can travel, you can change careers, you can make mistakes and still correct them. So just never stop exploring. The other one is take pride in your appearance. Unfortunately, we're in a society that judges us based on how we look. We keep talking about don't judge a book by its cover, and then we go ahead and judge the books by its cover. So take pride in your appearance. Unfortunately, when things are not going well in our lives, the first thing to take a hit is our appearance. We stop caring for our hair, we stop showering every day, we stop wearing clothes that reflect our personality, and we're just like, I'll just put on whatever as long as I've covered my body. Sometimes even if you're at home, put on something nice, dress, go have a shower with your favorite body wash, put on your favorite attire. It doesn't have to be your favorite attire, just look nice, put your hair together, oil your body. Looking good is not vanity, it's self-respect. It's a reflection that you still showing up for yourself. When you wear that nice outfit, when you wear that nice perfume, when you groom your hair, you do your makeup, or you just do your skincare, you are sending a signal to your brain that I still matter. Most of us feel like we can only look good when we're going outside, but that's the thing. We are not doing it for validation. You are doing it because you deserve to look in the mirror and see a woman who takes pride in taking care of herself. So treat yourself with care, treat yourself with delicacy, treat yourself with respect, and yeah, you will definitely feel better. Your energy will feel better, and everything will just feel better. The other one is maintaining your relationship with your body. And I know as women, we go through like a lot of changes. Sometimes your weight is up, sometimes it's down, sometimes you don't even know you're not eating and you're gaining weight, or you're eating, you're working out and you're not gaining weight, or like there's just a lot. But you need to maintain a good relationship with your body. You need to view your body as your home. It's not your enemy. It's not your enemy, it's your home. Sometimes we criticize our bodies, we treat them badly, we criticize, we compare ourselves with other people who are just showing us the highlights of their lives. Sometimes we judge it, we disconnect, we do things that the body is just like, oh my God, what the hell are you doing to me? And sometimes we don't even nourish it with the right foods. Due to this, we end up not listening to our bodies. And when you don't listen to your body, you are teaching your mind that you don't trust yourself. Because most of the times when we listen to our bodies, that's when you can listen to your gut. That's when you can listen to your intuition. That's when you can listen to your thoughts. That's when you can observe your thoughts. But if you're disconnected to your body, you'll not even know when it's giving you signals of if something is wrong. So instead of punishing your body, why don't you partner with it? Why don't you feed it food that fuels it? Treat it like a car. If your car should take petrol and then you go and put it diesel, of course it's going to break down. You need to fuel your body with food that is going to give it energy, not food that drains it. Fast food, sugar, carbonated drinks, like your system is just very high on like sugar and all the bad stuff. And I'm not saying that don't do this, but just make sure that most of the time you're nourishing it with the right products. Move your body. Think of it of like a swamp. A swamp, there's no like exit of water. There's just entry of water, and the swamp just sits there. So all the impurifications, all the toxins, they just stay in the water because it's not moving. It doesn't have an outlet. But when you move your body, you sweat out the toxins, your heart beats faster, you drink more water, you pee more. It means you're detoxifying your body and you're moving your body and making it strong. Like nourish your body with the right things. Nourish your body even if it's a walk. You don't have to even have a gym subscription. You can do things as easy as walking, cardio, skipping rope. Just make sure you're moving your body. Also make sure you're resting. Most Africans are not used to resting. We look at rest with like guilt and we're like, why are you sleeping? Why are you resting? But relax. Your body usually heals when it's resting. So you need to take time off. Just don't be rushing everywhere and now you're burnt out. Also look at it like caring for your physical body is not superficial, it's not shallow, it's spiritual. It's a love language to the vessel that carries you through life. I mean, when you look at it like that, you just fall in love with yourself more and you just learn how to treat your body right, nourish it with the right things, hold it sometimes when it's nervous. Like there's a thing that I was taught in therapy, and it's to regulate like my nervous system. So my therapist told me that normalize giving yourself hugs. Like just hug yourself. Like hug yourself, listen to your body, like listen to your heartbeat, hold your heart, tell your heart that you're okay, hold your gut, tell your gut that you're okay. Like appreciate your body, appreciate the vessel that takes you through life. Sometimes life takes us through a lot, and that means our bodies go through a lot. So please take care of the vessel that takes you through life. The other one is connect and protect your feminine energy. Your softness, your warmth, your intuition, your empathy, these are gifts. These are your strengths, especially in a world that rewards hardness and hustle and difficulty. It can make you lose touch with your feminine self, and you will find yourself in survival mode. You'll find yourself overdoing, you'll find yourself overgiving, overpouring, not taking rest, not taking time to breathe, and you end up overworked, you end up burnt out, you end up bitter and disconnected. Protecting your feminine energy means resting without guilt, saying no without over explaining. Honestly, if you feel like you're not up to something, it's okay to like take a chill pill. If you don't have the strength to attend that concert or that event, you can just chill. Don't keep like saying yes, 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 and your heart just wants to say no. You just want to rest, but you just keep pushing. When you keep pushing against yourself, sometimes you're teaching your body that you don't matter. Whatever you say doesn't matter. I'm still gonna do whatever I need to do anyway. You also need to let others pour into you. You cannot just be giving, giving, giving. Learn how to take, learn how to receive, learn how to receive compliments, learn how to take your flowers. When you do something good and someone compliments, you don't say, oh no, it's nothing. Learn to say, yeah, thank you, actually. Marinate in it, accept it, and don't just be like, no. One thing that I've realized is protecting your inner peace makes you magnetic, and it heals others just by being in your presence. A healed woman, a rested woman, a peaceful woman, when all that is happening, everyone around them is well. The kids are okay, the husband is fine, their families are good. But if she's struggling, if she's stressed, if she is on survival mode, everyone else around them is stressed. So make sure you're cultivating your own energy. Make sure you're pouring into yourself in a way that makes sure you are not like depleted. Your battery is not zero. And when you feel like your battery is zero, you need to go and recharge it. Slow down, breathe, and let yourself be. Okay? The other one is stay independent financially and emotionally. And this is because dependency sometimes breeds resentment. Don't let your joy or your happiness or your peace, they should not depend solely on one person. Because if that person decides that today you're going to be sad, now are you going to be sad? You should be able to show up for yourself, to soothe your emotions, to make yourself happy. If you're sad, you should be able to soothe yourself. If you're feeling tired, you should be able to soothe yourself. I'm not saying it's bad to have like someone else to rely on. You need to develop this ability by yourself even before you're able to connect with someone else. And as you're learning, guys, I'm also learning because we are not perfect. We are still like in our learning process, learn how to regulate your own emotions without needing to escape them using maybe sex or drugs or friends or shopping. Like, can you learn how to regulate your emotions? Can you learn how to be independent emotionally? Hmm? Food for thought. Yeah, financial independence. Of course, I will keep talking about this, and I can't believe that some people still don't believe this is necessary because financial independence gives you freedom, it gives you more choices. It allows you to make decisions rooted in self worth and not survival. You're not in a relationship because that guy is paying your rent. You're not in a relationship because that guy calls you for lunch dates. You're in a relationship because you feel like you guys are actually connected and you can actually move in a good way, emotionally, physically, spiritually. You are aligned, and not because you're trying to survive or you're trying to pay your rent or you're trying to eat, and that's why you're with this guy. And if they know that, they're gonna mistreat you. They're going to like do all kinds of things to you, and you're just there because it's survival. So financial independence, guys, is very important. The world is cruel to people without money, and it's more cruel to a woman without money. So please, girls, 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 let's get our shit together. Let's get our money together. Learn how to invest. Learn how to save your money here and there. Learn how to buy assets. Learn how to acquire income generating assets for passive income. Also, things like emotional independence allow you to love someone deeply without losing yourself. Don't be like those people that now you're in a relationship, you have cut everything out. You've cut your friends out. You've cut your hobbies out. Now you only do whatever your partner says we do. Don't lose yourself. You can love someone, but still have your own hobbies, have your own interests, have your own things going on in your own world. And emotional independence is also learning how to be whole when alone, is learning how to enjoy your own company, is learning how to do things alone and still feel adequate. You're not feeling like inadequate just because you're not in a relationship. And when you operate from such frequency, you are going to find someone who is going to add on. They're not coming to like make you happy, they're coming to add onto the happiness. So most of these people who are anchored in independence, they don't look for validation because they know they're valuable, whether they're in a relationship or not. And if you don't feel like they're valuable, they don't have to stay there with you trying to prove their worth. So guys, please, let's learn how to cultivate emotional and financial independence. The other thing that you need to do so that you don't lose touch with yourself as a woman is stay connected to your spirit. Modern day self-care, it looks like it's all about matchas and pilates and going to the gym and having bubble baths, but staying connected to your spirit, sometimes healing, sometimes self-care is ugly, sometimes it's full of tears, sometimes it's full of you facing your emotions and being like, okay, I did that, I'm ashamed, I'm okay, that version of me carried me through that and we are good now. It's you not hiding away from your authentic self. When you lose touch with your essence, when you lose touch with your spirit, you start feeling like life is empty. You start feeling like life is worthless. Even if on the outside it might look like you have your shit together, you're driving the biggest cars, you're hanging out with celebrities, you have money, you're going on vacations, but why do you still feel empty? It's because you're not nurturing your soul. Create time to connect with you, create time to pray, create time to meditate, journal, ask yourself, how am I feeling today? Like I said, soothe your body, touch yourself, touch your heart and be like, are we okay? Like, learn how to go back to yourself, learn how to go back inward, learn how to spend like silent moments. We are so distracted, guys, by screens, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube. Once you go from this app, you're on this app. Once you go from this one, you're on this shopping app. Once you finish scrolling, now you're on the TV. Normalize moments of silence throughout your day. Normalize taking solo walks. Normalize going out on a solo date and carrying a book and reading. Like, normalize going back inward. These are the moments when you remember who you are before the world told you who you are, before you inherited your tribe, before you inherited your religion, before you inherited your parents, before you inherited your problems, before you inherited your nationality, your color. This is when your soul knows, like, who am I? What makes me happy? that's when you're in touch with yourself. You're not just a body, you're not just a role, you're not just someone's daughter, you're a soul, and it needs nurturing. And guys, one of the ways to be happy in life is honestly to find things that nurture your soul, things that feed your soul, because we are so focused on chasing the bag, chasing money, chasing everyone, chasing accomplishments, that we're not even going back inward to ask yourself, what makes me happy? I like hearing birds chirping. I like taking long walks. I like watching sunsets. I like walking to the beach. I like talking to my family. I like when I forget about my phone. I like when I just sit down and enjoy my lunch without scrolling, without trying to watch something on the background. I like when I sit down and just enjoy a movie and I'm not scrolling, I'm not thinking about the issues of tomorrow. Like, guys, learn how to sit in the present moment. And when you start doing that, honestly, I think it just begins even to bring an inner change. Always remember that you are most powerful when you're grounded, when you're centered, and when you're at peace with yourself. So, how to be at peace with yourself is sit with your emotions, sit with your bad feelings, sit with your versions of you that you hate, and embrace them, love them, and be like, I speak life into you. You handled me when I couldn't, I didn't know better, and I'm proud of you. Now we're here now. We're safe, we're secure, and we're moving into a better way of doing life. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Those are just a few ways of how not to forget and to lose touch with yourself as a woman. And I know that you might have other points. Please add them onto the comments. And yeah, tell me also if you want me to keep doing more of these videos. And also, don't forget to subscribe, comment, share, hit the notification button, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.